So Sunday is the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, a day to celebrate sexual and gender diversity and to raise awareness of issues within the LGBTQ2+ community. But May 17th is going to look a little bit different this year. Here to speak about how to mark such an important day during the pandemic, I'm joined by Andria Wilson, the Executive Director of the Inside Out Film Festival. Good to talk to you this morning, Andria.
Yes, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia has been around since 2004. How much has it grown since that time?
You know, it's really been quite fascinating to see the growth of this particular day. And I think it's so important because it is about celebrating diversity, about marking the incredible accomplishments of LGBTQ2 people around the world. But it is also about really a call to action, a call to allyship for people around the world to think critically about how they can do their part in helping to make the world safer for LGBTQ2 people.
You know, Andrew, I'm just thinking about what we're all dealing with right now. Everybody's at home this year. What are the plans to mark this day on Sunday?
You know, I think having a goal of sort of flooding the timeline, on our social channels with messages of positivity, of support, of showing folks that are isolated at home. And of course, we know that our LGBTQ2 communities can experience, even deeper social isolation at times. To be able to send that message online and say, we're here, we see you, we hear you, we support you, and we will celebrate together again as soon as we can be together in person.
You mentioned that feeling of isolation, not an unfamiliar feeling within the community. If somebody's watching this right now, they're struggling, they're at home, they cannot be their authentic self. What messaging do you have for them?
You know, I think the biggest thing I would say is that although, of course, it can feel so lonely right now, you're not alone. There is a huge, diverse community around the world that you're a part of as an LGBTQ2 person. And we will celebrate together again in person. And just because maybe right now, today, you're not in a space where you can be that authentic self out loud, that doesn't mean that you're not that self. That doesn't mean that that isn't your true identity. It's still there and it's still a part of you and it's still worth celebrating.
Andrea, you are the Executive Director of the Inside Out Film Festival. I understand, unfortunately, that's been postponed till the fall, understandably low with everything being postponed. You recently announced an emergency relief fund, so tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, it was so important to us right now to really look at the reality for filmmakers, for artists around the world and here in Canada. And, how we know that, again, LGBTQ2 people are more marginalized within these communities or face more barriers. So we decided to launch this emergency relief fund to offer grants to support the production or post-production for queer film projects that have been impacted by this crisis. As we can see, it's had a huge impact on our industry. So we wanted to be able to intervene and to offer that support to people right now, today. So we actually opened submissions for that fund this week, and we're going to continue to support as many projects as we can. And there's lots of info on that on our website at insideout.ca.
All right, sounds good, Andrea. Great to talk to you. Thanks for connecting with us today.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.